You're listening to A Daughter, A Daddy, A Podcast, a Jamil Varil podcast on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and all major podcasting platforms. And we're your co-host,
Autumn!
And her daddy. How's it going today, little love?
Good.
Are you all excited for a new episode of A Daughter, A Daddy, A Podcast?
Yes!
Excellent. Today we will be going over a lot of fun stuff that we've done together, including some of what we've watched with the new Super Mario Bros. Galaxy movie. After that, we will be talking about some of what we have read, including Misfit Mansion. And then we will move on to some of what has been played with Smash Bros. World of Light. We will conclude with some of what we have learned with the Fighting Red Tails. And if you like what you're hearing today, remember to check us out on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. So, Autumn, are you all excited for today's show?
Yes, I sure sugar am.
Excellent. We saw the Super Mario Bros. Galaxy movie, didn't we?
Yes, I like it better than the first one.
Okay, why did you like it more than the first one? And yes, we are going to be giving spoilers on this show, so, it's fair game from here. What did you like so much about it compared to the first one?
I like the whole twist thing. I like the twist where Rosalina is Peach's older sister.
Really? Okay. That is a pretty cool twist, isn't it?
Sure sugar is.
And you just like a lot of princesses, right? Yeah, one princess isn't enough for you?
Nope. A gazillion princesses is enough for me, though.
Okay. Is Rosalina your favorite character?
Yes, Peach's second favorite.
Okay. Rosalina's the first, Peach is the second.
Daisy's the third.
Daisy's the third? Did we see Daisy at all?
Yes, we did. At the mini shorts at the end of the movie, we did.
Yeah, make sure to stay after the credits, everyone. This is like the MCU. Make sure to stay after the credits if you haven't been doing it. All right, so tell us a little bit of the premise of the movie. What happens early on in it?
Well, Rosalina was gonna tell all the Lumas, which is basically her children.
Yeah, they are.
So, Lumas, the first I'm gonna explain what Lumas are, okay?
Okay.
Lumas are like these cute little starry cosmic creatures, kinda. They're cute.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're pretty much stars, right?
Yeah, that are alive.
Because Rosalina's like born of stardust, right?
Yes, yeah. Rosalina and Peach together were actually made from stardust.
Very cool. And what does the opening scene look like? Who's in it besides Rosalina and the little Lumas?
Bowser Jr.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
What is Bowser Jr. trying to do?
He's trying to capture Rosalina so that he could use take all her power from her so that he could use something called the Boomsday Cannon.
The Boomsday Cannon. That's something his dad used to tell him about when he was a baby Bowser, right?
Yeah.
He has some very fond memories of Bowser, doesn't he?
Yes.
They're kind of adorable, aren't they?
Yes. Father and son.
In that evil, I want to blow up the galaxy sort of way, at least.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Bowser is still in mini form with Mario and Luigi, and he's reforming a little?
Yes, he is. A little.
Tell us about that. Maybe him and Luigi at their book club together.
Yeah, Luigi, the scaredy cat of the two brothers, is actually doing a book club with Mini Bowser.
Yeah. They meet a dinosaur early on in this one, too, don't they?
Yes, named Yoshi. Yoshi's a cute little dino.
And Yoshi and Toad don't get along?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about their fun relationship.
Yeah, fun.
What happens with Bowser Jr. and Rosalina in the opening scene? What does he do?
He captures her.
And that's his first ever princess napping, right?
Yes. And Kamek, of course, is so proud of it, but Bowser Jr. was getting embarrassed.
It's so funny, right? Yeah. And Aluma escapes and goes to the Mushroom Kingdom, asking for help from Peach.
Yeah, one of the Luma went to go get Peach for help.
Yep, and she is on her way. And from there, it's just a wacky adventure because she leaves Mario and Luigi in charge of the palace.
Yes.
Or more specifically, Mario. And Bowser Jr. kidnaps the castle.
Yes.
So Mario, Luigi, Bowser, Toad, and Yoshi are going through different worlds with each other.
Yeah.
And eventually Bowser and Bowser Jr. reunite.
Yes, in
And
the Honey Kingdom.
yes, Bowser Jr. rescues his father from forced labor, right?
Yes, from the Honey Queen.
And we have a lot of silly antics. There was a lot of good fight scenes, right?
Yeah,
What was your favorite fight scene in it?
they're all very good.
You wanna know my favorite fight scene from it?
What?
When they are in the casino, Princess Peach and Toad are in the casino, and they're trying to find the one who stole their backpack from them, a little monkey, and you run into all the Super Mario Brothers 2 characters. You have Wart, and you have Mouser, you have Birdo, you have the little ninjas. That multi-platform, kinda like Doctor Fate's Tower sort of fight, I thought it was pretty cool how Peach and Toad fended off all of the ninjas and ultimately were able to defeat Wart and get the information that they needed. But I definitely appreciated the Super Mario Brothers 2 shout out in there. What were some of the other cameos in it?
The funniest time where it shows the cameo, can I tell you like the funniest thing that happened when a cameo was there?
Yeah,
So,
sure.
like, remember Ralph was like, trying to teach and show some instructions. He's like, "It's over."
And
And,
and
like,
that was ROB Rob, right?
yes.
Who else did we include? Because there are other characters from the expected greater Smash Brothers multiverse in this movie, weren't there?
Yes.
Tell us who
There
they
were
were.
the Pikmins from the Pikmin game,
Yes.
and also Star Fox.
Star Fox was actually a main character or a side character, right?
Yeah.
And who else appeared?
Mr. Game& and Watch.
Yeah, and a big fight scene at the end. Luigi gets his hands on Bowser Jr.'s paintbrush, but Luigi does it, and he's not good at drawing, so he draws a Mr. Game& and Watch to do battle for them.
Yes.
And there's all sorts of other great and wacky appearances, like Dry Bowser and like Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. All of
Yeah,
the
and also Baby Toad.
Yeah, all those were pretty funny, right?
Yeah. Should we tell them that scene?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, Bowser Jr. just like shoots Mario and Luigi with like a gun that turned them into babies instead of harming them.
Babies.
Yeah, like a serum in it that turned them into babies.
Yep.
And well, they accidentally damaged the ship because of course they're babies, they're young. And well, when they crash landed, baby Mario and baby Luigi run off, and like Peach tells Toad to get the babies, and Toad and Yoshi find them, and well, they get a hold of the baby gun and shoots Toad with it, and then Toad becomes a baby. And shout out to Yoshi's Island. Yoshi is like was trying to save all three of them. Very big dinosaur or some appeared and like was chasing them. And like shout out to Yoshi's Island. Yoshi was like trying to get all of the babies to safety.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. That's it. That's the best thing about these Mario movies. There's so many shout outs to previous games and whatnot, and we've just begun to scratch the surface. So we'll allow you to enjoy the rest. You definitely have to watch it though. And it feels like it's setting up for a Smash Brothers multiverse movie at some point in time. While we're talking about Smash Brothers, you've been playing Smash Brothers World of Light. Tell us a little bit about that adventure, Autumn.
So I beat Super Smash Bros. Ultimate World of Light mode, and I'm gonna tell you guys the final boss, or more like the final bosses, with the way I played it.
Okay, sounds fun. Sounds fun. And when you say you beat it, you've gotten all the spirits, right? And this is actually your second beat through, right?
And I've already beat it 2 times, and now I'm doing it a third time and
You,
hard level.
you're finally going on to hard. Excellent. You got me playing it a little again recently.
Yeah, I did.
Yep. But tell us about those boss battles at the end that you wanted to tell us about.
Darkon and Gleam.
All
Well,
right.
Dad, first I'd like to tell you. I'd like you to explain Gleam's appearance at the beginning.
Well, I mean, it's no real secret. Galeem shows up, and all of the Smash Brothers characters unite against it. You have heroes and villains and side characters and whatever Mr. Game and Watch is.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, I love playing me some Game and Watch, but
played it before?
yeah, no, oh no, I haven't played the handheld Game and Watch system. I like playing Mr. Game and Watch the characters sometime.
Oh, I was about to say you don't have that game system, do you?
No, I do not have that game system. So I'm old enough to have the game system, but I don't have the game system.
Hey, don't be rude to yourself.
I'm not being rude. I'm just pointing out that I go back to the Nintendo days. My first system was a Nintendo, so but yeah, they all get defeated by Galeem and Galeem's rays of light. Every single last one of them is turned except for Kirby. And Kirby has to rescue all the other heroes, villains, and whatever Game and Watch and Rob are.
For the record, I like to call ones that are neither a regular one.
Regular? Okay, there, we'll call them that. So now Gleam attacks using light, and what does Darkon do?
Attacks using darkness.
And you have to balance both sides of the map to make sure you get the good ending, right?
Yeah, because there's three endings. If you only defeat Gleam, then Darkon takes over. If you defeat Darkon, then Gleam takes over. But if you defeat both of them, then neither take over. And
So,
and you win and you beat the game.
and you've gotten the good ending every single time, right?
Yes, or at least I tried to. But so far, so good.
Excellent, excellent. Anything else you want to say about World of Light before we move right on from it?
Can I tell you one of my favorite bosses before that final battle?
Sure, tell us your favorite boss before that final battle.
Honestly, kind of Marks.
Marks? You like fighting Marks from the Kirby series?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how that fight goes.
Well, first Mark starts off as this cute little thing wearing a Joker's hat basically, and well, it turns into this creature that's similar to it, only it has kind of bit of bat wings.
Okay, very cool, very cool.
And well, then you have to fight it, and then after you defeat it, it returns back to its normal form.
Awesome, awesome. And you also have read some stuff this week too, right?
Yep.
And if you like what you're hearing from us, remember to check us out on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. What have you read this past little while, Autumn?
Misfit Mansion.
Okay, Misfit Mansion. Who's the main character of Misfit Mansion?
Iris.
Iris. And who is Iris?
Iris is what you call a dream on. She's basically like a monster that was made from people's human beings' dreams, kinda.
That's pretty cool. So it's Misfit Mansion. Is it a bunch of misfits living in the mansion together?
Yeah, a bunch of monsters and stuff.
Okay. And is it little short stories or is there one giant plot?
One giant plot.
And what is happening in that plot?
Well, at first, Chris just wants a regular human family, though. And unfortunately, in that world, the humans fear the monsters because they're afraid they hurt people, but they really don't in that world.
Okay, okay. Can you tell us about some of the other monsters in the mansion?
Yes, for example, there's Kel, Iris's best friend. She's a Kelpie.
Oh, a Kelpie. Okay.
And well, she helps do the gardening and stuff back at the mansion.
Okay, very cool, very
And
cool.
also Dahlia, which is basically a living dolly.
Creepy little dolly.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. What does she do?
Well, she basically can turn regular dolls into creepy, scary looking dolls.
Okay.
She basically does dolly artwork, what she calls it.
And I heard you say Dahlia is your favorite, right?
Yeah, who doesn't like a cute little creepy doll?
All of the people who are into horror movies who are listening right now are like, nope, no. I love that response from you, though, Autumn.
Thanks.
Now, did she get a family?
Well, not exactly. They still live in the mansion, but they are allowed to interact with humans now because humans no longer fear them.
That's awesome. And moving right along to something you have learned, you wanted to talk about something you learned in World War II history, and that is the Fighting Red Tails. All right, who are the Fighting Red Tails?
They're African American pilots led by Colonel Benjamin O. Davis Jr. They trained at Tuskegee Institute and they flew nearly 1,600 missions.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so they were the first ever African American fighter pilots, right?
Right.
That's pretty cool. And you said they did over 1,600 missions?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me anything else about them?
They got their name from their planes. The Red Tails nickname came from the bright red paint on the tails.
Okay, that's pretty cool. And they were very successful, weren't they?
Yeah, they were in World War II.
Okay, can you tell me some of their feats that they did during World War II?
They had an amazing escort record and were known for protecting bomber planes, and they rarely lost one to enemy fighters, which made them highly respected.
Okay, and they won some awards too, didn't they?
Yeah, the Tuskegee Airmen received hundreds of medals, including the Distinguished Flying Cross for bravery and skill in combat.
Very cool, very cool. So there's some of the heroes that helped bring about the end of World War II.
Yes, they sure sugar are.
Do you know if they fought Europe side or the Asia side of the war?
They fought on the Europe and Mediterranean side.
Oh, okay. So they did all their missions directly from the Mediterranean Sea?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's pretty cool, pretty cool. Excellent. Anything else you want to say?
No, not really.
Okay. So once again, we went over some of what we watched with the Super Mario Brother Galaxy movie. After that, we went into some of what was played with Super Smash Bros. World of Light. Then we went into Misfit Manor for some of what was read, and concluded with the Fighting Red Tales for some of what was learned. Autumn, sign us out.
This is a daughter, a daddy, a podcast signing out. Bye!
Bye.
And remember, if you like what you heard today, check us out on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. And check out all J-Mail for Real podcasts. Once again, this is a Daughter, a Daddy, a podcast. A place where a daughter and her daddy watch, read, play, create, and learn together.